vlog. Happy New Year. I had a really good time doing New Year's Eve. I didn't vlog much. Basically, I went to a dinner and then went to this party that my friends were throwing, and then I got sick after New Year's Eve. I had a sore throat today, like I was sneezing a lot and I had a runny nose, so I have not been able to work out since New Year's, which sucks because I've been seeing everybody with their New Year's resolution and I haven't been working out at all. My win today is that I have been able to eat high calories meals today because one of my goals this year is to gain a little bit of weight. Another thing that I'm doing this month is that I'm doing no spend January. I had a habit of impulsively buy things that I've seen online. I decided to do a no spend month 3 or 4 times this year, hopefully 4 times, but a minimum 3 times, where during that month I would only buy things that I need, like grocery, no clothing, no random stuff, no things that I want and not really a need. Anyways, let's make dinner.
Which it is most welcomed, aka received. Phrases. I want to give you tangible examples. Here are some phrases.
Alexa, stop. Muffin, can you move over? Do you mind moving over? Muffin? I need to film. Hi, Miss Muffin. Do you mind moving over here? Moving over a little bit? A little bit? No? Come here. I know. You don't want to.
I'm saying is the word expensive. That just does not exist. Right now, like the word premium or luxury, right? Or overhead. Because obviously to create energetic, or just to create success.
No Tropicana lemonade. You can make them private just because it's never business. And I realized, like I said, I'm kind of hot and cold about doing these videos because as much as I want to be transparent,
for ins and outs, so here's my own version of it. First thing for what is in is home cooked meals. There is something so cozy and relaxing about cooking a meals, whether together or by yourself at home. It's healthier, save you a lot of money, and you don't have to go anywhere, and you can really set a nice cozy environment for it. And it's such a great activity for date night, or just hang out with a friend, have friends come over and cook a meal together and eat together. Another thing that is in is getting a lot of use out of the same clothing piece or the same makeup product. We're not about overconsumption this year anymore. I think there's beauty in investing in a piece that you really love, that you can style multiple ways for multiple occasions. So next for what is in is an intentional calm morning. I really believe in what you do first thing in the morning really set the tone for the day. So this means no phone for the first hour, no checking your email, no mindlessly scrolling. Instead, use that time to take a deep breath and start firing thoughts that are positive for the days, and start with your affirmation. Start with saying today will be a great day, or simply I'm just grateful to be alive, to have another day to create my dream life. Next, with what is in, take initiative to plan hangouts with friends, with your new friends, friends that you just meet, or friends that you have had for a while but you haven't been taking the time to actually plan something together. I think this year for me is about reaching out to people that I've always wanted to hang out with, that I want to get to know better and be the person to take the initiative rather than waiting for something to happen. Another thing is to lean into fear and shame. This is huge and scary because now that I've been doing some emotional healing, internal work, the way I look about fear and shame is that it allows us to discover a part of us that we often disown or try to run away from. So for me, I see that as opportunity to grow. So when you lean into areas of like, okay, what makes me so afraid of, say, posting a video online because I'm scared what people would think of me, or here are the things that I'm not proud of or I don't want to talk about to other people because I feel embarrassed by it. Behind that, there's a story that allows us to really grow internally, and I think that's beautiful. I think it's something that I think we can explore further to grow from within, if that makes sense. Last thing for what is in is authenticity. I listened to this book by Brene Brown the other day, and she said it really well. She said, authenticity is not something we have or don't have. It is a daily practice of letting go who we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. And courage is telling our stories, and there may be a lot of fears around being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, but there are even more risks than hiding your gifts from the world. I think that is so well put. I value authenticity a lot, and when you're trying to be authentic, it comes with a lot of fear because it requires you to be a bit more vulnerable, allowing yourself to be seen, so that takes a lot of courage. So that's what I want to practice more this year. In terms of what is out for this year, number one, victim mentality. Let's not try to make excuses or blame a certain person or certain circumstances or experience that happened in the past for the way we are, for the way we look at the world. I think at any point we can put a stop to whatever victim mindset or excuse that we had, and we at any point have the power to fire new positive thoughts, to become the creator rather than being the victim, and start changing our life from, I guess, one thought at a time, if that makes sense. It doesn't really benefit anybody, including yourself, to be the victim of life. It doesn't really benefit anybody. And we do not need to hold on those victim mindsets as an excuse of not getting out of bed in the morning, not going after that goals, for not trying new things just because, oh, because of this person did this to me, oh, because my mother did this to me when I was younger. Let's get up, let's do things, let's try new things without much expectation of the outcome, and look at our past as lessons, because experiences without emotions are wisdom. So look at them from a detached point of view. Next thing that is out, I talked about earlier, is mindless scrolling. I had a really bad screen time, and I would just open TikTok or Instagram and start scrolling mindlessly. That's something I need to work on, but I think it's totally out, and it's time that I stop, and you should too. Number 3 is being too scared to try new things. Trying new things can be scary because we can't really predict what happened, and normally we would think of like, what is the worst scenario? Yes, it is scary and it can be very vulnerable being in that situation, but it's even scarier to go through life and always wonder why we've never tried that thing in the first place. So let's go after it and find people that uplift you, that is also down to try new things without judging you. And if they judge you, Or if anybody judge you, one, they're not meant to be in your life. Two, let's not give them energy and move on. Number 4 of what is out is comparison. Let's not comparing our stories to the people online or our friends. Oftentimes when you're told the stories or see these stories of people achieving things online, they're just a highlight reels. Or even when you hear from friends, maybe you don't know the full story behind it. Life is not about competition. How can we celebrate everybody for their own wins? I think it's easy to compare ourselves and feel bad for where we are in life, but it's time we break that pattern and start celebrating people for whatever they have, and also know that it's possible for you too. We don't have to put ourselves again in that victim mindset of feeling bad for yourself, like, oh, poor me. The thing that is out is spending Sundays rotting in bed. I am guilty for this because I'm like, it's Sundays, right? Like, I just want a lazy Sunday, and then I would lie in bed, scroll on TikTok for like till probably noon, and had my first breakfast at 12:30, and my whole schedule is messed up. Let's have a more intentional Sunday. Doesn't mean you have to have a productive day of like going to the gym, eating healthy, but let's get up at a reasonable time. Let's put our phone away for the first hour or so, and let's have a relaxing morning. Make your breakfast, pet a cat if you have one, get outside, eat some comfort food, and then read a book that you've been wanting to pick up. Last thing on what is out is that bad spending habits to keep up with trends. This comes back to that overconsumption thing that I talked about earlier. Let's not impulsively buy something just because you see somebody on TikTok saying this is what you need or must have. I think those words must have or need should be used loosely, or should be taken with a grain of salt, because I think those are words that people use when they really like a product or they want to rave about it, but it doesn't mean that it's a necessity. And there's nothing wrong with trend. I love trend, but I try to look at trend in a way where I ask myself, do I really like this? Do I think that I'll get a lot of use out of it? Not because, oh, because so many people on TikToks are talking about it. Those products are great and it's good to know about them, but it doesn't mean you need to have 5 different concealers, 5 different hoodies, 5 different pair of jeans. Find one that you really like, that fit you really well. There's nothing wrong with only one thing that you really like that you keep using over and over again, and celebrate, you know, finishing a makeup product. Celebrate how many times you get to wear the same pair of jeans. It's all about changing the way we look at things. That's on my ins and out for 2024. Please drop some in the comment your ins and outs for this year. I would love to hear them. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again very soon.